Hi friends, Miss Hazel here.
And Miss Kate.
Okay, today I have a really fun sewing project. It's a bee. It's the bumblebee. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Isn't he funny? He's got little soft wings with this really softy gossamer fabric. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you how to make this. We'll put them over here to keep me company. Okay, so here's our pattern pieces. We have the bumblebee's body. We have some stripes. We have the eyes, some thread, and these are the antenna. And there's the wings, which I've already put a couple little tucks at the top so that the wings will stay on. Okay, we're going to start by you're going to use one side of your bumblebee, and then we're going to do the eyes with glue and pom-poms. So this one I already did. You're going to get a little tiny bit of glue. You don't want to use too much glue. A little glue dot in the middle. Oh, it's on the dark. I'll put it here so you can see it. A little glue dot on your bee. And then put your little puff ball on it. Push it down. Good so the glue sticks. And then I think it's best if you leave it for a while, maybe even overnight, so that it dries really hard. I did this one already. Okay, so then you're going to put your eyes on. You're going to use white thread. Where's my white thread? And you're going to sew your eyes on. That's your first step. We'll do that in a sec. And then your next step is you've got the stripes for your bee. So you're going to line them up. You could do them one at a time, but I'll just show you where they're going to go. They're going to go like this and like this. Isn't that funny? Then you'll use your black thread, and then you're just going to, well, let me take these off. You're going to carefully just baste it on. You're going to go from the back. And
what does baste mean?
Oh, big stitches, I think. This is called a running stitch. You're just going to go. It might be a little tricky because you have to go from the back to the front, but you're just going to carefully sew on your bee stripes. There you go, like that. And your stitches could be, I think they could be a little bit bigger. They could be small, depending on how you like to sew. So you're going to take that, go all the way around. Being careful. Don't poke yourself. Okay, so like that. Sew that on. Then you're going to take your stripes and sew those on. Then you'll have the front of your, oh, I just got some glue. Then you'll have the front of your bee done. All right. At this point, you're going to flip your bee over, or you could use the back. Cancel. That's going to stay like that. Now you're going to get your back of your bee, and in the inside, you're going to get your antennas. And take your antennas with your thread, put a few stitches on to hold your antennas where you would like them to be. Okay, so now you're going to do that. When everything's all sewed up, you got to make sure you line it up. You're going to line it up. There you go. And then you're going to start sewing your two together. Now you've got your bee together. You're going to put some of your wonderful little sewing clips on there to hold it together.
And if someone didn't have sewing clips at their house, what else could they use?
You could use pins, or you could use, I think you could even use those paper clips, I think.
Okay.
Also, the felt, the way that the felt is, it's fuzzy. It doesn't really slip. So once you put it together, it's pretty happy to stay together. So now you're going to get your thread ready, and you're going to start on your bee over here on the side, one of the sides, and you're going to carefully stitch all the way around the outside of your bee and leave the side open. All right, so now we've sewn on all of our stripes, the bee stripes, and we've sewn the eyes on, and we've got and I've started here at the bottom of this middle body part. Miss Kate, what's the middle body part called?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I have to look at it, but remember.
Okay, so I've gone around and I've sewn here. You can't see it because it's black on black. Okay, round, round, round. And here I actually am. Look, there's a little stinger. Okay, so I'm going to put a few more stitches. You're just going back and forth, making sure, because it's going to be tough because everything is dark. It's hard to see the stitches, but you want to make sure you keep your stitches close enough together that your stuffing will not jump through the holes. Okay, so there we go, back and forth. Okay, not going to get poked, so I'm going to put my needle over here. Now I've left a spot for my stuffing. So I'm going to carefully break my stuffing into little bits, and I'm going to go in with my fingers and make sure I get the head stuffed really nicely. There we go. And then I'm going to get some more inside here. So funny when he gets stuffed up. Here we go. Get all the little edges. My fluff in. My little bee. Okay. Let's see, is that enough? I think that's enough. Now, here's when my little handy dandy clips come in handy. I'm going to use two. I'm going to hook it together. It's very fluffy. Stuff it together. Look at that. So fun. Okay. Except now I clipped where I had already sewn. So here, and I'm going to put some stitches in, back and forth, making sure that I close in all that fluff. The more you sew, friends, the better sewers you're going to be. It's kind of fun. One of our friends, Violet, she started making her own little stuffed things out of felt. And our other friend, Bella, has been making her own stuffed animals out of felt.
Also, I didn't want to say it out loud, but I was right. It's the thorax is that middle part.
Thorax.
Yes.
So that's where you're going to start sewing at your thorax. Oh, look, I'm almost done. Carefully putting my stitches together. There we go. And then I want to remind you, when you're done your sewing, you want to put a few stitches in the same place, because if you don't, the stitches could come out. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, okay, cut my thread. There's my bee, but my bee needs some wings. So I've already taken my wings and put a little stitch on the top. Now we're ready to put on the wings. This fabric is really softy and a little bit challenging to work with. So what you're going to do is make a little fold. You could use some sort of clear fabric or wing-like fabric. Folded it in a little bit, and I've stitched a few stitches at the top just to hold it so it looks like little wings. Now there's a front and a back. The back has the centerpiece. So I'm going to lay it on my bee the way that I want it to go. But then here's the tricky part. Now I have to flip it up like that. So it's covering his little bee face. You don't have to be super exact here. I've got my thread. You're just going to go in with your needle and thread and put some stitches here to hold on their wings.
And Miss Hazel, you think
Yes.
it's easiest to do that after they stuff it, right?
After it's stuffed, or I think that your wings could get caught in your sewing project. That's why I'm thinking that it's best to put the wings on. Actually, friends, I tried putting the wings on first, and then it kept getting caught when I was sewing around the body. But it's your project, but I found this to be the easiest. You're going to put a few stitches to put your wings on. It doesn't have to be perfect, because you know what? You're going to flip it down and nobody's going to see. So I'm just putting some stitches in there. And then remember to do a couple stitches in the same place. 1, 2. All right, and it might look a little messy, but I don't think it really matters, because watch this. Ba-ba-da-ba. You can't see it. There you are. So there you have it. That's how you make a bumblebee. Here we go. Boop, boop, bzzz. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you like this video, you can subscribe to our channel, Alameda Arts. If you want to sew a bee and send us a picture, do hashtag Alameda Arts Fun. Thanks for joining us. Take good care. Bye, friends.
Bye, everyone.